We're back, and we're going to rank the MCU TV shows. There's not as many as I remember.
I think there's a good amount. There's a good amount.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right?
Yeah, that's a lot. They didn't start that long ago.
It's all. Actually, I went through our YouTube channel, which you should definitely go to. And we've done a lot of podcasts.
These podcasts started with one of these shows we're ranking.
WandaVision.
No,
Falcon
and the Winter Soldier. Yeah.
We didn't do WandaVision until way later.
Right.
Yeah. It's like so. I would think about Falcon and Winter Soldier so much different now than I did then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would just I can see a lot of the problems with the show now. That way we're past it.
Okay.
Really interesting. Okay. You start.
Where are we? Okay, so are we starting from the bottom or from the top?
Well, I want to set some parameters. So this is how I'm ranking them. Okay.
Yeah. You've always got a very structured way of ranking yours, and mine is always the feels. Mine's the feels. Yeah.
Well, I'm a professional critic of art.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of my thing. I'm looking at writing. I'm looking at creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at how close it's stuck to the core root comic origins. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
So I'm looking to see how close it's stuck to where it came from, which doesn't really matter that much, but I do think it's important to discuss. The writing is a big part, of course, of what
absolutely, yeah.
And then, of course, this creativity. Like, was it trying to do something a little bit different? So I think if the idea is that it was sticking to its roots and being creative kind of counteract each other, but it'll work itself out.
Yeah.
All right. And you're just going with feels.
Yeah, feels, man.
Feels. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll just start.
All right. So you're going from worst to best?
Worst to best, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're about to talk about.
For some reason, I knew I was recording, but I decided to eat a piece of toast.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. I have a problem.
Do you have a plate of toast nearby?
I have the last remnants of my breakfast.
Okay. I've decided to edit out fewer sounds of glass, of ice clinking in glasses.
I have no ice now. I have tea, which is pretty silent.
Okay, good. All right.
Okay, number 1, the worst. Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. We talked at length about it. And even now, after I've kind of stayed away from it for a period of time, the show's even worse now than I thought it was.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good. It wasn't good on a fundamental level.
I mean, it's beyond not good. It's actually bad. It's actually
it's a bad show. I won't ever watch it again. I wouldn't recommend my friends to watch it.
Like, it's maybe the first actually bad thing that Marvel Studios has done.
Oh, that's they've done a lot.
There is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, no, I would watch Thor: Love and Thunder before I would watch this. And in fact, the other night I was sitting around thinking I wouldn't mind watching Thor: Love and Thunder again.
Really?
See it. It had a couple moments I wouldn't mind seeing again.
Okay.
But like I would never ever look at Secret Invasion.
I've got someone gave me a fan edit that like puts all the episodes together. I do actually want to watch that just to see if it is any better that way.
A fan edit? Okay.
But I can't watch that anytime soon. I've got to give myself some space.
Yeah. So that's your number 9 too, right?
Yeah, Secret Invasion's the worst.
All right.
I mean, it was just a waste of time. It's a waste of time for us. It's a waste of time for Marvel Studios. It was a waste of time for the talent. You had a very talented cast.
I'm curious what the talent thinks of it. Like, is it a paycheck?
I'm curious what they thought of it while they were doing it.
Well, you never know what it will look like until you finish it. So I
but
get
you've got to have a feeling, right?
No, maybe, but they film so much stuff that at the end of it, they don't know how it's going to be edited out. They have a lot of secret scenes. They have a lot of.
I mean, they're putting on a really good act when they were doing their promotions.
Yeah, but that's their job,
which they're paid to do. Yeah,
yeah, that's their job. So it's like they're getting paid to make you think the show's good. I don't think they care. To be like, at this point, I don't think any of them care about this stuff. I think it's a paycheck for them. They get do it and get it done. But this kind of shows what happens when you have subpar material.
Yeah, I mean, it sullies Nick Fury's character. It was a pretty cool character in the MCU up until this point.
Well,
this was supposed to be a celebration of Nick Fury, but it actually made him worse.
Yeah, and we'll have to just wait and see what the Marvels did. I think the Marvels are going to be better than you think they're going to be. I think the Marvels are going to be better than most people think.
I've been looking forward to the Marvels, but after Secret Invasion, I'm kind of worried, to be honest.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, Secret Invasion almost ruins the MCU with what it leaves behind.
That's true.
It leaves behind a weak Nick Fury, a weak and feeble and can't think his way out of a paper bag Nick Fury. It leaves us with a million Skrulls on the planet and subject to genocide, I guess. And it leaves us with the most powerful being ever in Gaia.
Yeah, it also,
I don't want any of that.
Yeah, but the MCU could easily just ignore all that. It's like, forget it. Don't worry about it.
I mean, that's what I want. I want them to blip this show out of existence.
They won't do that. They'll just
ignore everything. Yeah,
yeah, they'll just ignore it. All right, number 8.
You go ahead. I think I know what this one is too. It was my contention for last place.
I'm going What If.
Yeah, What If?
Yeah.
Second place.
We hammered What If when it came out.
I thought that What If was going to be the worst. But no, it's Secret Invasion.
No. Yeah.
By a landslide.
If someone would have told us when we were watching What If that Secret Invasion could be worse than What If, I would have said it's not possible.
That's exactly right.
It's not. This show's terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at What If you actually go back and look at What If.
There were a few good episodes of What If. That's the difference. There was some
cool stuff with the coalescing of the Stephen Strange What If episode, which I think was a great episode. And then the Multiverse of Madness movie, which I think, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but those two shows, that show and that movie were talking to each other in a very
I mean, for sure it was on purpose.
Yeah. So yeah, the Stephen Strange stuff for What If saves that from being number 9.
Yeah, I think when we were watching Secret Invasion, we rated one of the episodes fairly highly, maybe the second one.
Mm.
And I think that was just us wanting Secret Invasion to be better than it was. Mm. In retrospect, I gave it way too high of a score then. There's not a single episode of Secret Invasion that's good.
Let it go, Mike. We gotta let Secret Invasion go.
What If has a couple of good episodes, which is why it beat Secret Invasion.
Man, I think Secret Invasion traumatized you.
What If had the Party Thor episode? Remember the Party Thor episode?
Oh my god!
Remember how bad that was?
That was so bad. And what was another? The zombie episode wasn't good.
The zombie episode was really bad because
there was another one that was terrible.
Yeah,
what was
I can't remember. I mean, almost all of them.
Yeah.
There was the Doctor Strange episode, and then I like the first one with Captain Carter.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Carter was good. Doctor Strange was good.
And I liked the What If All the Heroes Were Dead, but I don't think you liked that one.
No, I hated that one. Was that the zombie one?
No, that's the one where the Ant-Man villain kills off all of the Avengers. Yeah.
That was so dumb. So dumb. Okay, we're done with that. Yeah, number 8 for sure. But I would recommend people watch a couple episodes from What If. Like, if you go watch What If, watch the
good episodes, and they don't really tie together, so you can do that.
Go to our YouTube page and then see which ones that we liked, and then you should or download our podcast about the Doctor Strange episode. You love it. Do that.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Oh, now this is where I think it might start getting different. Let's see. What do you got?
I have Moon Knight.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay, 3 for 3.
We're rocking it.
We're incredibly in sync. Yeah.
I think we're going to nail the whole thing. I think we're going to be in sync the whole time.
We'll see. I don't know.
Moon Knight. I enjoyed watching Moon Knight, and you know what? I actually enjoyed talking to you about Moon Knight. So I actually enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed recording our podcast about it. We had some really good discussions. But
the first 2 episodes were great.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes were great.
Really cool, like directorial style. A good introduction to the character.
The action was great. The action scenes were good.
Yeah.
But it just kind of got stale after a while.
Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere interesting, really.
Yeah, Oscar Isaacs was pulling that show on his back, man, carrying that show. Like, we were just watching to see Oscar Isaacs the whole time, to be honest with you.
Right. There was almost no Moon Knight in the Moon Knight series.
Oh, okay. There was no Moon Knight dressed up in a Moon Knight outfit in the Moon Knight series.
Right. Yeah. Very little fine. Moon Knight. Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean, if it's the title of the series, I'd like a little bit more Moon Knight in it.
But I'll be honest with you right now. I don't know if
compare it to, I don't know where Miss Marvel ranks, but compare it to Miss Marvel, right?
No.
They're both origin stories.
Yeah.
They're both titled after the character. I definitely feel like you get more Miss Marvel and Miss Marvel than you do Moon Knight and Moon Knight.
That's true. But here's what I want to say. I don't think they could have made a better Moon Knight series. I really don't. There's a couple things that they could have done. They could have gotten rid of the CGI Moon Knight outfit. It just didn't look good to me.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
No, and they could have committed more to some of the comic book stuff, but not much more. But I mean, all together, you couldn't ask for more. I think they did a pretty good job with the host material and with the actors, and I think they did okay. It's just not great. I wouldn't say it's not good, and I'm going to say that for most of the stuff moving forward. It's not great. It's just okay. It's okay.
I think I'm a little bit harder on Moon Knight than you are. Also, are we just done with Moon Knight now?
Well, I mean, if they can get Oscar Isaac to do a season 2, but there's no rumors about it or anything like that, I think they're done with it. I don't see them ever coming back to it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could, but I haven't heard anything. There's no rumors about it. And Oscar Isaacs is a major actor doing major stuff. So if he walked into MCU Studios and said, "Hey, I want to do another Moon Knight series," they would fall down trying to get him into set to start filming. But for right now, I don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah.
And plus, we still have the actors and writers strike, so nothing's getting done right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like weird having like a origin story Moon Knight and not. Does it go anywhere from here? I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it's. I think.
Miss Marvel obviously is going somewhere. She's in a movie coming out.
Yeah, but
this year.
I don't mind that as much because I'm from the comic book religion where it's like you get a limited series. It comes.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it if that was the de rigueur of the MCU. Like if
the
everything
what?
De rigueur.
What is that?
Mispronouncing. If that was the way things usually work.
Is that a word?
It's French.
Is it a French
if like the way things usually worked is like the MCU wasn't interconnected, then I would be totally fine with having a standalone.
We're not skipping that. What's de rigueur?
I told you already.
De rigueur.
Look it up after the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably mispronouncing it.
I love new words.
Yeah, that's 2 words.
All right. Okay. So, but you agree it's number 7?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Kind of okay,
but like if everything in the MCU is going to be interconnected, it feels kind of weird that we had a Moon Knight series and that's it, and we don't know if we'll see any more Moon Knight ever again.
Might not. Yeah. Number 6. I think this is where we're going to part ways, my friend.
We might.
I'm going with Falcon Winter Soldier.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We did part ways here. But we're close.
You went Hawkeye, didn't you?
I did not.
You went She-Hulk.
Yep.
Wow.
She-Hulk Attorney at Law. You go first.
Well, Falcon Winter Soldier, we've talked about this before. They changed the script because of the pandemic. It was filmed.
Right.
It was filmed a little bit before the pandemic, and in the main story, it was about a pandemic. And then the pandemic came out, and then the Falcon Winter Soldier was one of those shows that came out during the pandemic. And they thought, well, nobody wants to see a show about a pandemic during the pandemic.
Little did they know.
Yeah.
Yes, people do.
Yes, people do. I think we all would have enjoyed that quite a bit.
Right.
But it would have been smart on their part. And like, I wonder who makes that decision. Like, I don't want that. Yeah, it's like that's such a dumb decision. You don't change your stuff based off of social stuff around you. You just kind of keep it,
right?
Which is an interesting thought. But with Falcon Winter Soldier, it was plagued by other things as well. The action was fine, but not great. They never really had a great handle on some of the characters. Specifically, they struggled with bringing up some of the Black culture issues into the show. They did the best they could, but they still struggled quite a bit. I think Baron Zemo was not given the respect he deserves. I hated how they treated Sarah Carter. That whole thing with Sarah Carter is almost worse.
Sharon Carter?
Sharon. What did I say? Sarah? Yeah. Sharon Carter. They treated Sharon Carter terribly in the show. They kind of just poo-pooed on her character pretty hard. Who knows what they're going to do with her now because she's a villain, but they never talked about it again. So
we've got lots of loose dangling threads. Maybe they'll just all stay that way.
They could address.
We may never see Sharon Carter again.
She might show up during the movie, when the Captain America movie. She might show up. Who knows?
Could be.
But I feel pretty firm about a solid 6 for Falcon and Winter Soldier. It just isn't as good as some other shows we're going to get to, and it's not. And it's still struggling the entire time. But you said She-Hulk.
I said She-Hulk Attorney at Law, yeah.
Go for it. Why?
The ending was a great critique of the MCU, but it wasn't a good ending for the show. I felt like the show just kind of stopped and never really ended. They didn't end the story that they were trying to tell the whole way. Also, it had the most obvious CGI deficit out of everything that we've seen.
Oh, good Lord. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was actually terrible.
Titania?
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like, did we really need her?
Yeah, I kind of feel like She-Hulk needed somebody to punch, right?
Well, I mean, there were lots of other people she could have punched.
They could have made Titania a little better, and we never really understood how she got her powers. So that might have been something. But She-Hulk being 6, I can respect that decision that you put her there. Just from the CGI standpoint, the CGI was never done well.
It's like the CGI and then the ending. I mean, I love the ending as a critique, but it doesn't end the show.
The CGI for Secret Invasion was so much better.
It was better, but it was also stupid.
Yeah.
Like that big, what's his name? The Guardian of the Galaxy. On a plane.
I don't know.
The one that if he doesn't move, he turns invisible. No.
He doesn't move. Oh, Drax?
Drax. That big Drax arm on Gaia. It just looked dumb.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I mean, props to the visual effects artists for carrying it out. It looked as good as it possibly could, but it was just dumb.
We're going back to poo-pooing on Secret Invasion, everyone. We can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. No, okay, so with She-Hulk, we've talked ad nauseum of the CGI effects issues with She-Hulk. I stand confirmed, and I believe wholeheartedly that it's because they had a CGI woman and they just never knew how to do that. And they just never felt comfortable, which is, I don't know why, but
could be. I don't know.
But like when you look at all the CGI stuff they did for everything else, especially the Hulk. They could not just figure out how to do it for her. And the decision not to make She-Hulk thick, the decision not to make She-Hulk swole was the wrong decision. Yeah. Ultimately, it was just a stupid thing to do.
Right.
All right. My number 6, Hawkeye. No, I'm sorry. My number 5 is Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Okay. Why?
I thought it stuck to. I read the Hawkeye series that the show was based off of. I read it over Christmas last year, I think, and based off of that, it stuck to the Hawkeye stuff pretty strongly. I thought the acting from everyone was great. I thought Florence Pugh was great in that show. I thought that Haley Stansfield was good. It's good. I thought everybody did their jobs well. The action scenes in every episode was strong. It was and the storyline was smart. It was a smart storyline that you could follow and understand. The Christmas theme was good. It's a fun show. I mean, you just turn it on and watch it, and it's fun. So yeah.
Is it also set at Christmas in the comics?
There's a Christmas issue, I think, but no, it's not set during Christmas.
Okay. Right.
But overall, I think that it was good. It was solid. Good. It was a solid, good show. I think it did a really good work. I don't know if I'd watch it again, but I think it's a good show.
Okay. Interesting that you would say that. All right.
I mean, I have issue with the Kingpin being in there the way he was. That's it. That's really the only thing that's wrong.
All right. I've got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so one spot higher than yours.
That's not a big difference there.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was affected by the pandemic. I just don't think it's very memorable, you know? And it's a super long ride to reveal the new Captain America, who we have not yet seen since.
We're going to see him.
But still, it's been a while. That's not
the show's fault.
Well, no, but like the show was the introduction of the new Captain America, and where's he at?
All right.
I mean, I can point to at least one place where he should have been since then. Maybe the scene in Secret Invasion where the American president is getting attacked by the Russians and the Skrulls. Might have been a good place for the new Captain America to make a reappearance.
Well, Captain America is not. He doesn't work for the federal government. So,
okay.
No, I feel like 4 for Falcon Winter Soldier strong.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting ready to start wrapping up soon. My number 4. Ready?
Go for it.
I was about to say She-Hulk. I'll stick with that. She-Hulk.
What are you doing? Changing things up on the fly?
I'm doing this on the fly. I didn't do this pregame. No.
Okay.
Are you serious?
What?
Do you think I do any pre-work for this podcast?
All right.
I did do some work, but today I just kind of fell flat. Okay. So She-Hulk's number 4. I think that the writing was good. I think that they were trying to do something different. I think they were pushing themselves to be a different MCU show. They were trying to do some different things with the MCU as a whole. I like Tatiana Maslany's perspective of the whole thing. I love her acting. I love her voice. The whole thing was great. They reintroduced Daredevil into the MCU, even though it was kind of
not that great.
It was goofy, but it's fun. Yeah. If you go back and watch it, it's actually kind of fun.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's
kind of fun, but
it's a fun show. It's a fun show, and it's a fun show that you don't want to take too seriously. And I love the commentary it made at the end where there was a super fight, and she's like, "What are we doing? Like, this is not the kind of show I want to do." And then she kind of
like if they could have done that and also wrapped up their own story, I would have been like, "Okay, this would have gotten
up." What would wrapping up look like for you?
I don't know. That's not my job.
That is the American consumer They want you to fix things, but don't tell you
Hey,
how.
you have said multiple times it's not our job to fix things for the MCU writers.
Yeah, but I don't complain about them leaving. Well, maybe I do. You're right. All right, but
Yeah.
I think She-Hulk leaves on interesting though. I can't wait to see what they do with it later. I can't wait to see if she shows up in some movies or if she. I would love to see Miss Marvel meet She-Hulk. I think it would be amazing. That'd be super fun. And I think I would like to see more She-Hulk. But I would like to see her on a big screen. And I would like to see the CGI stepped up.
Yeah,
maybe we will. I don't
know.
Yeah. Anyway, we only got 3 more. Oh, so I know what my number 3 is. What's your number 3?
Wait. I haven't even done my 4 yet.
Oh, what's your 4? I just skipped over you.
Yeah, my 4. Your 4 was She-Hulk. My 4 is WandaVision.
That's a bold statement. I don't know if you really feel.
I've got my top 3, or I think my top 3 are pretty strong.
Well,
so,
I know what your top 3 is now, and I don't know about that.
Yeah, WandaVision had brilliant beginning episodes. Great. It was very artful, homages to early television. But then there's like that really weird change up halfway through the show where they just drop that completely pretty much. And then they say, hey, let's just become a formulaic Marvel TV show in the back half of this. I felt if they had stuck with more of the artfulness of the earlier part of WandaVision throughout, then, maybe it'd be first or second place. But just that total tone shift halfway through where they go to formulaic Marvel means that this is in 4th place. And it was a great setup for a show that we may never see again with the Witch.
I mean, I won't disagree with you about the movement from artistic, interesting, bohemian to superhero fight. I won't disagree with you on that. Yeah. If you look at Secret Invasion, it also suffers the same thing. We were supposed to get a spy thriller, but instead we get a superhero fight at the end. So
right.
So I think the MCU doesn't really understand its audience as much as they think they do. But I'll wait to talk about WandaVision when I rank it.
Okay.
Number 3 for me is Loki. Boop.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, number 3.
Number 3. All right.
You saw that coming, right?
No.
Oh, that's number 3. I think Loki's a great show. I thought I had a lot of fun with it. I am going to write a long post about time travel in the MCU.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is why it's number 3. All right.
I was plotting in my head last night. I was like, I got an idea for a post. I'll probably write tonight and maybe edit it and post it tonight. But it's problematic on a number of levels. And in fact, I listened to a podcast and
we had lots of discussions about just how problematic it was.
Yeah. There's a podcast, there's a YouTube channel called Orange River that does Star Trek stuff. If you'd like to watch it, it's really good if you like Star Trek. And he did a podcast on time travel, and people, I don't know what's going on, but people are conflating time travel with multiverse theories, and I understand why they exist, why they're bouncing back and forth.
Marvel is conflating time travel with the multiverse
most people do
series.
it when they discuss things. They talk about multiple different universes and time travel, but like I'll get to that later. Anyway, that's the only thing that bothered me about Loki. The rest of the stuff, character development, I loved the Loki woman version. What was her name?
Sylvia.
I love Sylvia. I can't wait to see her again in the next season. I love all those characters. I love the directing. I love the style. I love all of it.
Right.
But I don't love what their theories on time travel. That's annoying to me. I'm really looking forward to Loki series 2 because I think it's going to have that same essence, that same style. And I think it's going to make people very happy. I enjoyed that show quite a bit. I'm really, and you know what? We had some great podcast discussions on that show too. So
and it's going to do even more conflation of time travel and the multiverse.
Yeah, but I don't want to get to that, but I will. It's a problem. So wait, why am I coughing? But that's my number 3. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Hawkeye.
Okay, that's pretty high. I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, Bro, it's like the most rewatchable of all of the series.
I mean, how many times have you rewatched it?
I've rewatched it twice so far.
Oh my god!
Which is one more time than I've rewatched any of these others. And I'm going to rewatch it again this Christmas. I'm probably going to watch it every Christmas from here on out.
Wow.
It's a fun story. I liked it better the second time through, and I didn't not like it the first time through. I mean, Florence Pugh in it as Yelena Belova, she's great. That scene with her, bro, like that was awesome. That was just like I'd take a whole episode of just of Florence Pugh eating with people. You know,
yeah, but
give me a series of just that. I'm there.
Florence Pugh is cheat code. She just owns the screen whenever she's on it. So
right, exactly.
So it's not. Hawkeye did a good job of getting her onto the screen, but at the same time, it's like once she's on there, she does what she wants.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun story from beginning to end. There's no filler episodes, and then it's got the tracksuit mafia, bro.
I forgot about them.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I love them.
Yeah. The comic book version is way more nefarious than the version in the show.
Not as fun loving criminals as in the TV show.
Yep. No, I dig that. When we talked about the show, you were into the show more than I was. So yeah, number 3 is good. All right.
Have you rewatched any of these?
I have rewatched. I watched a couple episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I watched WandaVision completely all over again.
Okay.
And I watched some Miss Marvel, but that's it.
I think we both rewatched WandaVision because we did a podcast on it much later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 2. Ready? WandaVision.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
I see where your list is going. Okay.
WandaVision was an absolute success for Disney Plus. Without WandaVision, Disney Plus would have just tanked into the sea. And WandaVision really was good. It
was a great start. It was a great start.
The mystery elements of it, like us not knowing what's going on, episode after episode, was great. And when they did answer what was going on, it's a little bit of okay, but it's fine. I
don't know that there weren't like any plot holes.
No.
In WandaVision. Yeah.
That show was really tight. The only plot hole is what happened to Wanda when she went crazy and decided to murder people in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which we discussed in detail. So
that happens in between WandaVision and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, with the Darkhold and everything else. But the WandaVision suffers from what happened to her in Doctor Strange. And we had I guess our Arthur on the show talking about this, and we had a really good episode about Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and what happened to Wanda. So I don't want to get more into it, but it's hard to watch WandaVision now without understanding how they treated Wanda. But then when I watch Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness again, I actually like that movie a lot. And if they have to make Wanda a villain to make that movie work, then fine. So that's why I put WandaVision number 2.
Okay. Yeah.
And the acting is great. The shows are fun. It's really creative. They do a lot of fun things with TV, so you can't really go wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, my number 2 is Miss Marvel.
Wow.
Yeah. Iman Vellani, she's a great new actor in the MCU. She's awesome all the way through the episode, the series. It has some pretty cool direction in it, especially the earlier episodes. I think, kind of inspired by or paying homage to Edgar Wright. The story kind of felt like Spider-Man, which, I love. This was more of the Spider-Man that I want than what I've gotten from Tom Holland. And I think it's the best origin story we've seen on TV for the MCU.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, nothing's done that better. So, yeah, number 2.
I mean, Iman Vellani pulls that show. She does a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
She's just funny. She's funny. She's awkward. She's a 16-year-old teenager with superpowers. It's fantastic. They did some of the little boy drama they were adding in kind of got on my nerves after a while, but it's a teen show, so fine.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have that.
You're going to have
it. Be there. Yeah.
But I mean, they did. I mean, the episode where they went to India doing I forget the proper
The
term.
partition.
For it. Yeah, but that's just hang on. Oh my god, hang on.
I need to get a COVID test.
Maybe I have some left over for that date, but maybe I need to get them. Yeah, the episode doing the partition was fantastic. I'm curious how they're going to tie it all up with Miss Marvel and the Marvels, but you can't ask for a better show than this. And I always think, man, if the MCU TV show started with Miss Marvel, imagine how good that would have been, you know? But it's just a great show.
Yeah,
it's just a great
doubt.
From beginning to the end, Miss Marvel is a fun watch. The characters are great. Everything about the great.
And also maybe the best lead into like the movies.
Yep.
You know, just the end of the way Miss Marvel ends transitions straight into the Marvels, and we're getting that within a year and a half of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it's like Miss Marvel overshadows Captain Marvel. I think if people ask why are you going to see the Marvels, you're not going to say because I want to see Captain Marvel. You're going to say because I want to see Miss Marvel. Hopefully they know that, and hopefully Disney is going to kind of promote Miss Marvel again before the movie comes out, so people can watch it. If I were them, I would promote WandaVision, Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel movie. But I would promote those shows on the Disney app. I would make commercials about them so people can kind of go back and watch them. And then because Miss Marvel's is great. And
you said WandaVision because that shows us
Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we need her. And
that's where she gets her powers.
Exactly. So we got WandaVision, we got Captain Marvel the movie, we got Miss Marvel, and I guess you kind of need to watch some Secret Invasion. No, you know what? You don't have to watch any Secret Invasion. You can just skip it completely.
You don't need to watch that.
No, but again, Miss Marvel's my number one. It's fantastic. I can't praise it high enough.
Yeah.
And your number one, it looks like it's going to be Loki.
That's right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Kind of interchangeable. I like these two could flip flop.
Yeah.
At any time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But today my number one's Loki.
Yeah. Okay, I get you. You want to explain why?
We had great times. We had great times podcasting during the Loki. I think that's some of our best conversations as far as like the TV shows go. I think it had gaping plot holes, and I think those gaping plot holes reveal themselves as you being frustrated with how Marvel tells stories about time travel and multiverse theory.
Mm.
But it's a good story, even in spite of those. And then there's just a consistent level of quality throughout the whole show.
I 100% agree with that.
There's nothing you can point your finger at and say this could have been better.
The CGI always looked good. The acting always looked good. The action scenes always looked good. They never compromised any of that stuff. It was fun to watch. The actors were always fun. Everybody took it kind of seriously, but having a good time. 100%. And even the connections to the root comic stuff was very, very strong. And yeah, 100% Loki was. And I'm really looking forward to Loki season 2. And I think a lot of people are too. 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's kind of. I mean, when you look at the list, it's kind of glaring the level of quality between if you look from 1 to 5, they're all pretty good. But then you go to 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and they're like, nah, what happened? Like what happened to make the quality drop off of these shows? Really interesting. And like, I think Secret Invasion just shows that the MCU is kind of tired at this point. We can look at it. So,
well, I think that's Secret Invasion was made during the worst of their time where they had too many spinning plates.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But hey, we didn't mention the Netflix shows, but just because. But I think of the Netflix shows, it's a lot.
And it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. But you know, but hopefully next year when Daredevil comes out, we'll redo this.
Yeah, that would be a good time to do that. Yeah.
Well, that's our list, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little podcast I was talking about it. And listen, if you liked our list, do yourself a solid. First, watch my 1 through 3, then watch Mike's 1 through 3, then disagree with him about Hawkeye, but then go back.
Very rewatchable.
Yeah. Then go back and listen to our podcast. And if you're not into listening to our podcast, then you can just go to YouTube and watch our YouTube videos, which are also a podcast, and you can hear our discussion about them. And I might spend the day. I might go back to our Loki episodes, maybe listen to a couple of those.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yep.
Do you know what we're doing next?
Yeah, next we're going to talk about how to fix the MCU. I'm going to somehow fix the MCU. I'm going to have 5 different things that Disney and the executives and the writers and the actors and the production teams all could do to make the MCU better. And I'm going to frame it as there's nothing coming out after Secret Invasion, and we're going to have a fresh slate. That's how I'm going
to clearing the decks.
Yeah, okay. And I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to do it. I'm not really excited about it, actually, but I am going to do it. I promise. And I'm going to write a piece of it, a piece for it, and post it on my Substack. So you'll see a link for that.
It's going to be an interesting podcast.
Oh yeah. And of course you can bring some ideas to the table too, Mike.
Oh, of course. I'm going to have to do a lot of thinking in between now and then. A lot of thinking. Yeah.
I know it's hard to do, but it's going to be good. No news you can abuse this week. Sorry, guys, but you have some news you can abuse next week. But we do have a small announcement. That is the announcement. We do have a small, very tiny announcement. Mike, do you want to do it or you want me to do it?
No, you go for it.
We've set up a Patreon page. We've set up a Patreon page, not because we need the money, because I don't think Mike and I actually do. Mike, you might need it more than I do. Because you have kids in the house and stuff.
Yes.
Just because we think that it might be a good way to connect to people who don't know the show exists. And we want to give people opportunity to give us $5. So right now, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a way for you to support podcasters and stuff like that. And we have a Patreon page set up. It's in the show notes. And you can click on it. And if you like the show, you can give us $5. In return, we will give you a shout out on the podcast. We'll say, hey, thank you to blah, blah, blah for your $5. And we will tip the hat to you, sir. And that's all that we're going to do. So that's it's sort of like if you liked this podcast and you want to give us a tip, you think, hey, here's $5, then hey, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll have other rewards in the future. I don't know. Maybe. But that's just a start. So, yeah. So
just a start, yeah.
And we've been doing this for almost 100. How many episodes, Mike?
It's 100 and a lot. It's like, yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, so I don't know what took us so long. I guess we're just kind of... in my heart, I'm a pretty lazy person. I just don't like doing stuff. Yeah. Like, I'm one of those guys when someone sends me a link on the phone, like, hey, open this and look at it.
We wanted to make sure this was not a flash in the pan, right? Before
I think this is well past flash and pan. I think 50 episodes in is okay. We're going to do this for a while. We've been doing.
Yeah, I did hear recently that the vast majority of podcasts never make it to 50 episodes, and
that's crazy.
We are well past that. Yeah,
well past that. So we have a lot of episodes for you to listen to, but maybe in the future we'll do some bonus content of some sort for Patreon subscribers or members and stuff like that. But for now, just a nice little tip service. If you like what you're hearing and you want to send us some money, go ahead. If you don't, that's fine. It's okay too. We'll be okay. I don't even know what we're going to do with those $5. It's like we'll just leave it there. Just maybe buy us a coffee or something.
Buy a new microphone, maybe.
Maybe if you know what? I think that's a good idea. We'll invest in equipment. Mike, what equipment do you need?
I need a new microphone. This one's this is the first one that I bought. I've been riding it since the beginning. I figure I could use a new one.
I don't know if I need a new one or not. I don't know what I would get.
Mine disconnects every now and then, so that's not good.
I would probably get a new Mac laptop.
There you go.
Just to have it. I don't need it.
That's a great way to spend some money.
Yeah. You know what I got recently that I really like is I got a Remarkable tablet.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Yeah, for grading papers and stuff. Yeah,
very cool.
It has nothing to do with the podcast. I just like having it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Do you hold a charge for? No, I don't read on it. It's not really set up for that. I just write on it. and
Right
take
on
notes
it.
on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It keeps the charge for like 2 weeks if you download Wi-Fi. It's crazy. This holds charge forever.
Sweet.
That's it. That's my purchase history. Anyway, Patreon.
All right.
The links in the show notes. Listen to the show notes there. You can click on that and then you come see what we're doing. Other than that, we Mike, how can people share this with their friends?
That share button. Just do it. That's a exclusive slogan of the Super Sideshow podcast.
Yeah, we have
do it.
Yeah. We have more episodes coming up. We've got the How to Fix the MCU. We're going to Mike. We're going to do some more Star Wars, baby. Yeah, Osaka.
Osaka is coming up.
I was boning up on it yesterday, man. I was on YouTube watching YouTube clips about Osaka, trying to learn about the history.
Oh, yeah. Have you learned from the cartoons?
There's a lot.
Right?
There's a lot to cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take the traditional historian perspective, and you can be the one that knows about Osaka, and I'll be the one that doesn't.
Dude, it's so much. It is so dense. It is so. Listen. Listeners, I am not watching all that Star Wars stuff. I'm not going to sit on the couch and watch Star Wars all day. I'm just not going to do it. That's a lot. It's like hours and hours hours.
What's the limit of like episodes? If someone came up with like the 5 most important episodes for you to watch, would you watch that? 5?
Yeah. Hey, listeners, if you have the 5 most important Star Wars animated series episodes or whatever,
for Ahsoka.
Or Ahsoka, send them to us. Use our link from Mastodon. Send them to us. I will watch those 5. I will watch, but I think mostly what we're going to cover with Ahsoka is our thoughts of the show, and that's it. So hopefully we'll. But wow, dude, there is more history of Ahsoka that I ever thought possible. It's nuts. It is so dense, and I can understand why fans love it so much because these Star Wars Rebels shows were super dense, dude. They were thickums and they had a lot of information in them. So, oh my god, there's some time travel stuff in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
time travel or multiverse theory.
Both, I guess. I guess it's both. Anyway, but yeah, we have a lot of episodes to come up with. So please follow us. We're going to do Ahsoka. We're going to do Loki. We're going to do the Marvels. We're going to do, and of course we go to old stuff. We still got to finish the X-Men out, so we got a lot to cover. So please follow us and tell your friends.